Applied Materials, MAAT, is getting a spark from ASML's quarterly report that was out on Wednesday. ASML's been up 10% in 2 days because of the quarter. And then it looks like investors are starting to look at Applied Materials and a couple other ones. So, because it's a very similar company, it's a competitor. I quite like this Applied Materials. I think I like it better than ASML, and ASML is supposedly has the better technology, is a little bit, slightly more advanced, but I mean, these guys are right there too, and it's just the financial metrics are making me lean towards Applied Materials. Now, first of all, it's been widely telegraphed that Q1 and Q2 aren't going to be great for the semis in general, and that spills over to Applied Materials, which is a semiconductor equipment maker. They don't actually produce semiconductors in the sense that they're not labeled. There's no Applied Materials semiconductor. Applied Materials is the equipment you see in the graphics. It's something that you need to make the semiconductor. So they would sell this machine to an Intel or a Qualcomm or something like that. All right. Now, the ASML quarter was not amazing. Like I said, it was telegraphed to come down, and it was down. Revenue was down. I just did a video on it. I think it was down 6%, and earnings per share was down 7.3%. But that beat expectations and earnings per share by a substantial amount, about 22%. So shares kind of rose. It seems like things aren't quite as rough as people thought, and I think everyone believes in the long run there's no issue. This is we're just making more and more semiconductors, and we got 5G around the corner. A million reasons to believe in the space, in my opinion. But maybe some short-term pain, but investors typically can look past that, and that's what we're trying to do here. Okay, that's enough of the prelude setup. What does Applied Materials actually look like? Now remember, I don't have the next quarter, because I'm bringing this up because it had a little jump today. It was up 4.5%, roughly speaking. Let's see, what was it actually? 4.2% today. And it was one of the bigger moves, and it was based, basically on what happened with ASML. All right, let's look at it. I love the profile; it's pretty good. Like, first of all, they got a good long-term track record, except for 2009 where they just bottomed out, but pretty good. 8s, 9s, 10s, and then in this section it's 11 through 15, and then really ramped up in the last few years. It is turning over, as you can see, down to 21%. Q2 will probably bring it down a little bit more. It's not in the data yet, so expect a little bit of softness. That's normal, or it's been telegraphed, but it's still a pretty good profile. Good returns, good growth. Let's take out a pause. I don't know if I would change too much of the model. I mean, I might do something like this, like, okay, we'll make next year a little bit weaker. I don't know, let's say down to 16 or something, and that'll change the entire forecast. But I'd actually bump up, year 5, and it kind of gets you right back to where we were, and that gets us a $71 value. I think people are looking past it. There's a little bit of a dividend, 1.6%. Let's see the dividend chart while we're at it. Oh yeah, it looks very easily sustainable, even if cash flow comes down a little bit in the next few quarters. I feel pretty confident in Applied Materials. By the way, the EV/EBITDA is only 11 times. That's pretty good. I mean, you got a lot of things going for it, right? And we're still talking about high technology. A little bit cyclical. So, the only knock we really have on it is that it is cyclical, and as we said, we're going through it right now. But 5G's around the corner. In the world of technology, this still is exploding. It's just a soft quarter or two because it's the end of a cycle of 4G with 5G coming on, and there's some other economic factors and all that stuff. But the long run has not changed. The long run is explosive. So I think if you stick with that, most investors have been looking past these last few quarters. You can just tell by the way they're trading. I still love this applied materials.